I was not born into power. I was born into ash and silence, into the kind of hunger that teaches you to vanish. Before I ever saw marble columns or golden light, I knew the dark. The kind that hums in metal walls at night, the kind that teaches you silence is safer than hunger. I grew up between the rusted teeth of forgotten streets. Rooms made of scrap, doors made of hope and wire. We didn't dream, we calculated how much food was left, how far we could run, how many seconds it took to vanish when the wrong boots turned the corner. There was no childhood, only drills. Hide, watch, don't cry. But still, I remember the heat of a stolen meal. The candle we lit when the power failed again. How it made the shadows dance like ghosts of a better world. I learned fast, faster than I should have. And that was dangerous because in the slums, smart is noticed. And being noticed is never safe. There were whispers of the Inquisition asking around, and one day they saw me. Word travels in the undercities, quiet like a knife being unsheathed. Someone solves a power puzzle scavengers gave up on. A child reroutes a dead grid using rusted wire and instinct. That someone was me. And in the cracks of the city, people noticed, not the kind who offer praise, the kind who ask questions. They didn't come in uniforms at first. They sat at bars. They listened. They asked too little and remembered too much. Then the questions got sharper. So did the rooms. They dragged men into rusted cells and asked them about a girl. Young, quiet, too clever. Someone always talks in the end. But who is the Inquisition? I asked myself that often, even after I was summoned. As a girl, I knew only fragments, whispers traded in alleyways, warnings uttered with lowered eyes. They had no banners, no legions, and yet their word could silence generals, dissolve planetary governments, or erase a name from history with nothing more than a sealed decree. They answered only to the throne, to the divine emperor, whose face we had never seen, whose voice came only through doctrine, whose hand ruled 10,000 worlds. The Inquisition was his will made manifest, and so they were feared. Not loved, not understood. Feared. That was all I knew. That was all most ever knew. When they finally came for me, they didn't come to arrest. They came to offer a choice.
You have potential, but untrained. It is a threat.
I asked what would happen if I refused. They said the cell was ready either way. I went with them because I understood something. Freedom was never on the table, only the shape of the cage. The Inquisition does not knock, it claims. They tore me from the dust of my world and hurled me into fire. How did you like this episode? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe.